about Barcelona. So now this story is insane. Okay, so not only is the Frankie De Jong deal being weird and screwed up, and he still hasn't left, and they want him to go. He doesn't want to leave, but they owe him $17 million in back pay. And
What?
yeah, well, they made him defer his wages for COVID-19. So that means that they owe him 17 million at the moment. And so it means that his wage goes up massively each season. And that's why they're trying to sell him. Because they think that if they sell him, they'll get out of paying him it. But he's basically said, like, well, if you're gonna sell me, you have to at least pay me what you owe me, which is 17 million. And so
Yeah.
because of that, Man U offered to pay, instead of 65 million upfront with 20 add-ons, they changed it to 75 million upfront with 10. And so Barca accepted
Should have
that.
been, we won't pay a transfer fee, but we'll pay all of those debts.
Well, they kind of are. They gave him more upfront so he could pay him out, but then they didn't. So then they've basically turned around and said, nah. So it doesn't look like he's going to go now. Well, who knows? It's so messed up. They're trying to force him to leave by like playing him out of position and all sorts of stuff. And then, so since then, they have signed Lewandowski, Rafinha, and now they're going to sign Azpilicueta. And this is the club that couldn't afford to keep Lionel Messi last season. And they've snaked this deal from Chelsea and Arsenal for Rafinha. They've managed to pry Lewandowski from Bayern for 50 mil or something. And then they're going to get Azpilicueta. I don't know where the money's coming from, man. That seems like they're just laughing in the face of financial fair play.
It's falling out of Gerard Piqué's arse.
Well, they owe him 15 mil or something as well.
Fine. It's going into Gerard Piqué's arse.
And so, because I don't know if you saw earlier, they sold like 50% of their advertising rights or something. So they're having to they sold it for like 25 years. So they're basically selling up all of their club assets in order to fill up Xavi's team, because they think that this is like the second coming of like football Jesus. Like that they're throwing it all at Xavi because they think it's his chance to.
That's extremely ambitious, given that
They're just insane.
Coached half a season.
Yeah, they're totally insane. They're signing all these crazy players. And I mean, this also includes Christensen and Kessie on free transfers with big wages. And yeah, like all of that's totally insane. So they've just spent all this money and now they're trying, well, they may even, I think Man U should just walk away from the De Jong deal. I think it's completely stupid. It's been 2 months. So
yeah, I totally agree.
So if they don't sell
another midfielder and sign him.
Yeah. Honestly, we have to at this point. But
there are other midfielders who won't cost the stress, and you get to laugh at Barcelona being dumbasses.
Definitely, because if they'll get 80 mil or whatever from Frankie De Jong, but if they can't sell him, they have to pay him the 17 they owe him and pay him 400k a week and for the next 3 seasons or something. So I want Barcelona to suffer now. They've been total assholes in the market this window. And so the thing about this is they're about to sell more of their assets. They're going to sell 15% of their audiovisual rights. And apparently that's going to make like 300 mil or something. But if you sell it for 300 mil on the spot, how much they're going to make a ton off of it, obviously. So this is so bad for the club, man. I don't know how they're going to be able to sustain this. I think this is just...
Is this just not deterring the problem till, 10 years down the track?
Exactly.
Making more money off their rights, and these guys will already be locked into a massive contract and won't be able to do anything about it.
100%. Yeah, exactly. So, they're basically sacrificing...
In 5 years' time, when all the money and the value of everything's gone up, they're still getting peanuts for their rights. It makes no sense whatsoever.
Yeah.
They would have been better off just grinning and bearing it for another 4 or 5 seasons and then try and rebuild from the bottom up rather than going 100%. Out and getting all the price in.
And so I told you they've added Lewandowski and Rafinha. Okay, so I'll now list off all of their forwards that they have to play
Oh my god.
3 positions. So they have Lewandowski, Ferran Torres, Ousmane Dembele, who they also re-signed after, I made them a video telling them why they shouldn't. Clearly they didn't listen. And so yeah, Lewandowski, Ferran Torres, Ousmane Dembele, Memphis Depay, Braithwaite, Ansu Fati, Aubameyang, Rafinha. And I'm pretty sure there's 2 more youth guys that are supposed to be in there as well.
Luke de Jong.
Oh, he's gone. He only had a one.
PSV.
Yeah, he had a one.
Alone.
Yeah, it was alone. Yeah,
and he scored on his debut.
Yeah, the goat.
Yeah,
but yeah, so they have that was eight players I just listed there, competing for 3 positions, and then like obviously there's youth guys as well, and they're also looking at Bernardo Silva as well. And so, man, what the fuck? All of those guys will be on huge wages. And I don't know how if I'm Frankie de Jong, man, I'd be like, get the fuck out of this club, man. They are financially negligent. They are total cowboys.
Yeah.
Dude, screw that, man. It's totally fucked up.
Imagine working any normal job and your company is like, you walk into the boardroom office and they're almost literally pissing money against the wall.
Yeah, it's just absolutely absurd. I don't know how they can sustain that many players on those kind of wages, paying those kind of transfer fees, selling all their rights away, and not breaking financial fair play somehow, and just, yeah, I don't know, just fucking insane.
Yeah. In 10 to 15 years, Barcelona will not exist.
That would be weird.
Yes. And there'll be some new club.
Yeah. So, all right, man, that's just fucked. I don't get it. That's Barcelona. That's crazy, and that's the thing. So if maybe they will sign who are we saying for Reguilon, because they don't seem to care. They're just happy to sell their assets now, just to buy players at the cost of their future, and it's just
the only way they can make it all back is by winning everything every single season. That's
what they're betting on, which is
and it's not even for the prize money. It's literally just for the for your name and your face to be out there all the time as champions. Surely all these naming rights, they'll have extra bonuses if you win the Champions League. They get
the Champions League and stuff.
Yeah,
they get X amount more dollars because your brand's worth more, and so that's surely that they've structured the deal something like that. Otherwise, there is absolutely no point in doing that. You've got to have some sort of safeguard there where if you win things, you get more money.
It's such a big risk, man. And like when you look at Real Madrid, who didn't need to sign anyone, like you're adding in all of these new players, trying to hope that'll win. When Real Madrid don't need to add anyone, like they're ready to go, and they just won it. Like, so usually it's the team that's like already prepared and like that kind of thing. They're not having to learn anything new. Barcelona have a new coach, and all the stuff. It's like, I don't know. It just seems like so reckless to me. I don't get it.
Well, no one does. But they probably don't even get it.
Yeah. Well, like I said, if
they just like that. I think that they are just on drugs, and they think they're playing Football Manager, and they're just like, if I press this button, a new one shows up.
Yeah. It's bizarre. Like I said, if I'm Frankie de Jong, man, and they owe me $17 million in wages, I'll be getting the fuck out of there. But everyone wants to stay because it's Barcelona. They have that prestige that every player wants to play cool football for Barcelona.
Yeah, which they're about to lose.
Yeah. God. See, what a crazy man. I'm actually thinking about just doing a whole video on Barcelona, just about this stuff, because it's wild.
There's a lot of content.
Yeah.